Hello student, now in this video we will see section D, the last section of this paper. Let's see the first question of section D. The section D is of 4 marks and total 5 question is there. And each question carries 4 marks. So section D carries 20 marks. The first question, 35 number, explain the human digestive system. Let's see the answer. Here, whenever this kind of question asked in section D, then you have to draw the figure as well and you have to explain in detail. Let's see. So the human digestive system is divided into the main 5 stages. The first one, that is ingestion, then digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. Ingestion means the intake of food material into the simple one. That is called the ingestion. After the ingestion, the digestion stage is occur. In digestion stage, the breakdown of complex food is occur, and the third one, that is of absorption. In absorption, the movement of digestion is occur, and whatever the digested food is there, that absorbed by the cell. And then the next stage is assimilation. Whatever the digested food is there, that utilized for the various function of the body, so that part is comes under to the assimilation, means the utilization of food product. And the last stage, that is of egestion. After the digestion, whatever the waste product is generated, that is removed outside the body, so that parts comes under to the egestion. Now the nutrition in human beings. The alimentary canal is basically a long tube extending from the mouth to anus. And the various regions are specialized to perform a different function. The human digestive system is mainly comprised by alimentary canal and the supportive organ. In alimentary canal, it starts from the mouth and it is end to the anus. So if you are talking about the alimentary canal, then it is start from mouth, then it converted into the esophagus, then stomach, then small intestine, large intestine, and at the last anus. So this is called the main organ who directly participate in the digestive system. And rather than the main organ, there is supportive organ, or you can say the supportive gland is there, which is also help to digestion. In that, salivary gland, pancreas, liver, that we have to write down. Now let's see the human digestive system. Here you can see the figure is given. So this is the tongue, or you can say the mouth. In the mouth, the buccal cavity, then this mouth is end into the esophagus, it is tube like structure, then this esophagus is open into the stomach. The stomach is open into the small intestine, the small intestine is turned into the large intestine, and at the last anus is there. This is called the alimentary canal. Rather than alimentary canal, some supportive gland or supportive organ is also there who is taking part in the digestion. So that is a pancreas. This is called the pancreas. It is the liver. It's called the bile duct who carries the secretion from the liver. This is called the gallbladder. It's a diagram. So this is the figure of the human digestive system. Now let's describe it. The first of all, mouth. With the help of the hand, the human beings keep the food inside the mouth. Means we can say that the intake of the whole food in the mouth. Then in the mouth there is three things is present: teeth, tongue and salivary gland. What is the function of teeth? The teeth function is chewing, grinding of food, and the tongue. The main function of the tongue is rolling of the food, tasting of the food, swallowing, pushing down of the food. and it is also help to keep the food wet, so it is help to swallowing. Now the next and most important, that is of salivary gland, and from this topic the 1 marks question is also asked. So the salivary gland, it is a one kind of gland which is secrete the saliva, and this saliva possess amylase or enzyme that is called the salivary enzyme. So it secretes the saliva plus mucus. So it is a sticky gelatinous material that is line your lungs and throats, mouth, nose and the sinus. And the starch. What is the function of the salivary gland? As I told you, it is secrete the salivary amylase. And this salivary amylase function is to convert the starch into the glucose, or you can say the maltose. And we can also say that the partially digestion of the carbohydrate, it is carried out by the salivary gland, or we can say that the starting of the digestion takes place in human beings from the mouth. Now let's see the next, esophagus. Here the O is a silent, the taking food from mouth to stomach by the peristaltic movement. Now, what is the peristaltic movement? Peristaltic movement, it is a contraction and the expansion of the muscles of the esophagus. It is called the peristaltic movement. After the partially digested food, it is swallowed, and it is comes under to a tube-like structure that is called the esophagus, and by the peristaltic movement, this food is go into the one direction only. So the taking of the food from mouth to stomach, it is carried out by the esophagus. Now let's see the next organ. It is the stomach. So the stomach, it secretes the gastric juice. So the gastric gland which is present inside the stomach, and it is secrete the gastric juice. The composition of the gastric juice, it possesses three things: pepsin, HCl, mucus. Pepsin, dilute HCl and the mucus. What is the function of these three of things? First of all, whenever the food is enter into the stomach, the mucus is secret which is protect the outer layer of the stomach, and then after the dilute acid is secreted, this dilutic acid function is to kill the germs and bacteria, as well as it is help to create the acidic medium. Whenever the acidic medium is created inside the stomach, it helps to activate a pepsin. Now what is pepsin? Pepsin is an enzyme who only activate in acidic condition only. So that acidic condition, it is provided by the HCl. Now the pepsin, it is the enzyme that is break down protein and converted into the peptone, enzyme that breaks down the protein. And the mucus, whenever the dilute acid is secreted, this mucus is help to protect the inner lining of the stomach. Now the next one, that is of a small intestine. The small intestine, after the partially digested food in stomach, that stomach food, digested food, now it is comes under to the small intestine. Here one muscles is there that is called the sphincter muscle. It is regulate the opening and closing of the stomach, means it is regulate the how much part will be passed to the small intestine. So that regulation is occurred by the sphincter muscle, and it is located at the end portion of the stomach and the starting portion of the small intestine. Now let's see the small intestine. The small intestine is the site of the complete digestion of carbohydrate, protein, and fats. If asked that in the human digestive system, which is the site where the carbohydrate, complete digestion of carbohydrate, protein, and fats takes place, then the answer is small intestine. Now, the wall of small intestine that secretes the intestinal enzyme, which is converted this carbohydrate into the glucose, fat into the fatty acid and glycerol, and the protein into the amino acid. Now, it is had this small intestine. It is also possess this villi-like structure, finger-like projection that is called the that is called the villi. And what is the function of this villi? it has a villi, means the small intestine wall possesses a villi, that is a finger-like projection which helps in the absorption of food into the blood. Now let's see the next point. Now the starting portion of the small intestine, it is receive the secretion from the liver and the pancreas. Now the food which is acidic in the stomach, then after it is passed into the small intestine. Now for the conversion of this acidic medium into the alkaline medium, the bile juice is secreted, and then this pancreatic enzyme to act. The pancreatic secrete the pancreatic juice which is contain the enzyme like a trypsin. This trypsin is activated in alkaline medium and it is digest protein and the lipase for the breaking down emulsified fats. Now the fat which is present in the intestine in the form of large globules, which makes it difficult for the enzyme to work on them. So the bile juice, as I told you, which is break down this bigger molecule into the smaller globules. So the enzyme can easily work on it. And then the lipase is there, which is work on the fats and converted into the fatty acid and cholesterol. Now the complete after the complete digestion, the villi which is absorbed the digested food, and this villi is covered by the lots of blood vessels, and this digested food is carried out by the blood vessel and it is used for the assimilation. Assimilation means for the various function. Now the next one, that is of large intestine. Now after the digestion, whatever the food is remain assimilation, whatever the food is remain, that is go into the large intestine. Here the absorption of excessive water, and then the rest of the material, means whatever the undigested food is there, that is now removed by the body, the organ called anus. So this kind of things you have to write down. If asked that write down the not in human digestive system, you have to draw the figure as well. Now let's move further. Next question. Mention the one function for each of these hormone. Here the five hormones is given. We have to write down the function of each hormone. The first one, that is thyroxine, second insulin, third adrenaline, fourth growth hormone, and the E, that is testosterone. The first one, that is a thyroxine. As we know that thyroxine hormone, it is secreted by the thyroid gland, and the function of thyroxine, main function of thyroxine, it is a metabolism of carbohydrate, protein and fats, and also it is help to produce glucose, means it is help for the energy, it is release the energy as well. Now the B, that is insulin. As we know that the main function of insulin, it is to maintain the sugar level inside the blood, and the deficiency of insulin, it causes the diabetes. The C, that is of adrenaline, and this hormone is also known as the emergency hormone, and it is secreted when the heartbeat is increased, and controlling increase and decreasing of the heartbeat, controlling involuntary action. The next one, that is of growth hormone, that is also known as a GH, which is responsible for the growth in animals, and the excessive amount of secretion of growth hormone which cause the gigantism, and the less secretion it cause the deficiency, it cause the dwarfism. E, testosterone, it is a sex hormone which is responsible for the secondary characteristic in the male, and whatever the change that is occurring during a puberty in male, for that testosterone is responsible. Let's see in the detail each of the function. Thyroxine, as I told you, this is a hormone which is secreted by the thyroid, and it's regulate the metabolism of carbohydrate, fats, and protein. Growth hormone, which is regulate the growth and the development. Adrenaline, so it is also your emergency hormone, known as emergency hormone, and it is a regulate the blood pressure, heartbeat, and the carbohydrate metabolism. Then the insulin, as I told you, that this hormone is secreted by the pancreas, and the pancreas is located below the stomach. And the function of it, it's reduce and you can say the regulate the function of sugar level. Now the testosterone, this hormone is secreted by the testes, and it is help. It is associated with the sexual immaturity, or you can say the characteristic which is changed during the puberty. For that, the testosterone is responsible. Now the or question, that is explain human brain, that we will see in the next video. Thank you.